This one is called Ethical Treachery. Step by timid step, 3 identical sets of boots moved along a path in the dead of night. The first figure held a standard-issue Elvish cadet's lantern, at arm's length and squinted in vain to see more than a few inches beyond the flame's puny glow.
There's a route up here, fellas. Watch your step.
The second figure desperately tried to decipher any meaning from the soggy remains of a standard-issue Elvish cadet map of the gutted woods that had been dropped in a pond a few hours earlier.
Is that supposed to be a mountain, or is it just mud? Shoot.
The third figure clung to his standard-issue Elvish cadet sword, perhaps a bit too ready to thrust its dull 13-inch blade into anything that frightened him. The trio had spent 2 days together already and had at least 2 or more to go before they reached the end of their trek. While things had gone relatively smoothly thus far, exhaustion from the 16-hour hike and a few notable slip-ups had left them depleted. Perhaps this was why they failed to notice a 4th pair of boots moving parallel to theirs, not far away.
Norris, I think we turn left up here.
Up where?
Somewhere? Anywhere there is to turn left?
Right. I'll be on the lookout for that.
Cup,
Yes?
are we lost?
No, Warden. We are not lost.
We are actually sort of lost.
No, Cup. We actually aren't. If we are sort of lost, that means we sort of know where we are, which means we are not lost.
Right. We sort of know where we are, and we also sort of do not know where we're going.
That sounds like we're lost.
We are not lost, and we at least somewhat know where we are going.
Yes, you're right. Norris, I just want to take a moment to say that I think you have sort of done a good job of leading us today. Also, I'm sure you were assigned to be in charge of our expedition somewhat based on your own merits and not because of blatant nepotism.
Cup, I'm going to choose to take those as sincere compliments, because if I didn't... And I will have you know that it is probably harder for General's son to rise in the ranks because there is so much expected of me.
Uh-huh.
Guys, I don't quite understand. Don't you think we should make camp around here? What's the sense of continuing on this late?
This place isn't safe. The gutted woods are full of creepy crawlies, small and large. I'd rather be moving prey than a lucky find. Don't you agree?
Well, what if we built a fire? That disadvantaged survival course taught us that a fire wards off most.
Fire wards off most creatures, yes, but fire attracts thieves and highwaymen. Again, I'd rather have my wits about me when they show up.
When? I don't quite understand.
Besides, we'd have no luck building a fire. The wood around here won't burn. It's all dead.
Dead wood is what burns best. It's all dried out. That's basic survival stuff, Cup. Come on.
Different kind of dead. Magically dead. Spiritually dead. This place is bad news. Our best bet is to make it to the Hunger Valleys. I bet we're only about 2 or 3 hours away. We should put some distance between us and the tree line and then make camp.
See? Who's lost? We know what we're doing.
2 or 3 hours? I don't quite understand. Won't it be morning by then?
Yeah, probably, but we have to...
Cup stopped in his tracks and looked up from the map for the first time in several hours. His companion stopped as well. The 3 cadets stood still and listened in all directions.
Ha! Well, that's obviously an elf's voice imitating a wolf.
Is that you, Captain Tollywood? I don't quite understand. Aren't we supposed to be on our own out here during this exercise?
I bet my father put him up to this. Well, Captain, come to congratulate us on our progress thus far?
Guess again, little soldier.
All right, stay calm.
That isn't Captain Tollywood.
We know, Warden. Stay close.
Oh gosh.
Whoever you are out there, we are representatives of the Eternal Order. We are inquiring about your identity. You must comply at once.
Don't be so prickly, little soldier. You shouldn't be worried about me. You shouldn't be worried about anything, right? You 3 good little cadets, stooges in training for a bloodthirsty army. Me? I'm only a walking nightmare, a dark cyclone of ill intent, a cataclysmic force of nature. Brave little soldiers like you don't fear things like me, do you?
I have no idea what any of that means, and it is terrifying.
Warden, shush.
Why does this voice sound so familiar?
You recognize my voice? I have 3 elvish cadets here. Chances are at least one of you should be from the region of Velderfief.
Oh no.
Chances are one of you has heard my voice, has seen my face. One of you must have an inkling of an idea of what's about to happen.
Cup, who is it?
I think it's Swickle Highborn.
Oh gosh.
Warden, darn it, stay close. Okay, Swickle Highborn, if that is you out there, then I order you to stop where you are. As representatives of the Eternal Order, we hereby detain you. You will be escorted to the closest outpost and surely transported to a high court after that. I said stop where you are.
Detain? Me? What are the charges, little soldiers?
Assault, arson, highway robbery, regular robbery, murders of all degrees, and whatever else they can get you to admit when you're being stretched on the rack. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm going to throw you this rope, and you're going to tie your hands. You're going to bind your feet together, and then one of your hands too. And then we will come over and get you when you let us know that you're done. Now make a noise so I know where to throw this rope.
Wait, Norris, he's not alone. He's never alone. Lord Swickle, are there any members of your gang with you?
I am, in fact, not alone. I have 2 members of my party along with me tonight.
All right, no problem. I'm going to throw you a second rope. Tie yourself up first and then, I guess hand the first rope to your co-conspirator first.
You'll have to throw it that way.
What? Where? Where are you, degenerates? Speak, now.
Worden, who at this point was a dozen feet behind his comrades, suddenly heard a heartbeat start up below his feet. Two massive, gnarled hands erupted from the earth and clamped onto Worden's arms. The torso of a massive stone troll rose from below the ground and stood towering over the little cadet in his clutches.
Here's one degenerate, and here comes the other.
A second troll appeared like a cannonball, landing from above with such a force that Norris and Cup lost their footing and were quickly snatched up by massive hands.
Well, I am quite sorry, little soldiers. I could tell by your very well memorized speech that you truly did not expect things to go this way. Though I do not know how, as my reputation obviously precedes me.
Reputation as a coward, having a couple trolls do your dirty work. You call off your thugs, we'll see how tough you are.
Well, the way I see it, I was outnumbered. 3-on-3 is more of a fair fight. Now, down to business. Who do we have here?
I got my hands on Warden. And Mike, you got...
I have Cup and Norris.
Which one is this?
I am Norris Sunleaf, son of General.
Sure, yeah, Norris. Well, Norris, you are obviously going to be quartered for speaking to me with any sense of misguided authority. That is a given. But you...
Cup.
You are the one who hails from the hallowed grounds of my birthplace, correct?
Yes, my lord.
Oof! There's that word again. You, being a fellow son of the Golden Fields, might have saved you if I'd been in the right mood, which I wasn't. But what really sealed your fate, poor Cup, was addressing me by my former title of nobility. I am not Lord Swickle. Not anymore. My parents disowned me after I took up banditry, as my father calls it, the idiot. And I say good riddance. Those who embrace a title embrace a mark of vanity and foolishness. For mistaking me to be a fool, you too shall be quartered. And that leaves the coward Worden. You might think I'm insulting you, little soldier, but I'm not. Really. I actually have many uses for cowards, especially cowardly members of the Eternal Order. Those who are too afraid to do the right thing are often the exact people you need to do the wrong thing. And hey, it actually pays pretty well to run with me, more than it does being a combat statistic in waiting, anyway. So what do you say, coward? Care to pledge your loyalty to me and help gruesomely dispose of your little friends? Did he pass out? Dirge, step closer, will you? I cannot even see.
Look out!
Quick as a rabbit, Warden emerged from the darkness wielding his standard issue Elvish cadet sword. On wings of fear, he closed the gap between himself and Swickle. The blade was dull, but Warden thrust it with enough adolescent adrenaline to sink it deep into Swickle's stomach before yanking it out and stepping back in horror.
Cry! Oh, shoot.
Norris and Cup fell to the ground and immediately began rooting around in the leaves for their swords. Mike, their captor, left them to scoop Swickle's limp body into his ropey blue arms. By the time the cadets were rearmed and upright, both of the trolls were long gone, having whisked their fallen leader away into the night.
Where'd they go? Which direction?
We're not going after them, you doorknob. Warden, my golly, man. You stuck Swickle Highborn right in the gut? How? I saw that stone troll. It was massive. You got past him? How?
Guys, I don't quite understand.
Freaking cadets, boys. barely able to walk in the woods without tripping over their own 2 feet, and one of them gets the drop on a stone troll, a 9-foot tall, weighs literally 1 ton stone troll. I cannot wait until the crew hears about this dirge, and believe me, they will hear about it again and again and again. Oh, all right, sorry. I'm starting to fade here. Mike, the tonics are in my pack. Fetch me one and heat it up for me.
Swickle was propped against a tree near the edge of a drop-off overlooking the glass canyons. Dirge, the stone troll, sat at the edge of the canyon, his legs dangling over the side. At night, the moonlight radiated through the glass canyons in slender beams of purple light, scattered haphazardly across the dark and bottomless void. It was quite pretty.
Dirge, what are you doing over there? Feeling ashamed of yourself? Sad you let me down? Well, don't worry. Mike blew it too. Neither of you could have just squashed those little creeps on your way out. This all would have been over and done with. Now, we gotta go find them and kill anybody that finds out that they tell this to. The notorious Swickle Highborn jabbed half to death by preteens? Cripes.
Well, I didn't think it would go down tonight.
Yeah, well, me neither. I would expect this from one of the goblins or the dirt farmers we rope into this gang, but not you two. This is the work of expendable goons, not the 2 biggest clowns in my circus. Trolls, for crying out loud. You could have crushed little elves in your sleep.
It definitely was not the plan. But you know me. I think all these things turn out in the end.
Usually, I don't care for your hippy-dippy outlook on things, Mike, but this time I am inclined to agree. After the tonic, I should be healed by morning, then we can head out and find them. Actually, better yet, Dirge, you track them down tonight since you screwed things up. Bring them back here, and we'll deal with them when I wake up.
Yeah, I suppose it's as good a time as any.
Yeah, it is time. Go before they get too far. And actually, when you find them, just keep them there. We'll find you. I want to see their faces when... Hey, what are you doing?
I'm pouring all your tonics out onto the ground.
And I am pocketing your gold.
Seriously? Enormous morons. What is this?
Well, boss, we figured this is a long time coming. We've been in your gang since the beginning, nearly 60 years now. 60 years of murder, robbery, and a general terrorizing of the people of Clome. At first, we didn't mind it. You definitely plucked me and Mike from some disastrous situations. Bought us weapons, made sure we had enough to eat, gave us steady work. Wasn't good or honest work, but it was something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've given you everything. I've given everything to you empty-headed knuckle draggers for decades. I've been like a father to you, or like a financially supportive younger brother.
We acknowledge that.
And we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We want to make sure we said that before anything else happens.
You're robbing me? Unbelievable. I am beside myself. How dare you two even think about doing this? Robbing me? Leaving me here to probably die? The guy who taught you literally everything you know about banditry, clothed you, took care of you, never even really got mad, even when you screwed things up royally. I think you would do well to remember everything I've done for you before you march to the nearest wizard and get me a new health tonic. This is a new low, even for 2 ruthless pieces of trash like you. I don't even know how we're going to move past this. Just go already. I can't even look at you.
Mike, dang it, you called it. Take your payout.
Thank you kindly.
Hey, are you two even listening to me? What is this? What are you doing?
Mike and I made a little wager. He thought he knew that you would pull this little move. He said you would try to use all the stuff you've done as a reason for us not to do what we're about to do. It's kind of a appeal to guilt, but it's one of those things that doesn't make much sense when you really think it out. Mike, what'd you call it?
An informal fallacy.
Yeah, that was it. That's not gonna fly. Our conscience isn't too concerned with your well-being these days.
Oh, yeah? Well, great. What are you traitors planning on doing to me then?
Well, let's see. You remember what we did to Cole Moreland?
Who?
Cole Moreland? Member of the gang? He was one of those dirt farmers you mentioned. This was about 6 weeks ago. Do you remember?
The guy that you drowned down in the river?
No, that was Merc, the army deserter. Never got to figure out which army. You had us kill him after just a day of recruiting him to make an example to the other new guys. I'm talking about Cole Moreland, the boy that was with us for 4 years. He sneezed during a second-story job one night. Next day you had me hold him down and Mike pushed a tassel-worm to his belly. 2 bites was all it took. Nasty way to go, and no easy task.
Do you know how hard it is to catch one of those things?
Or what about Shell, boss? The butcher's daughter from that little village out west? Remember what we did to Shell? Buried her alive. She clawed her way out, but you had me waiting to bury her right back again. Took 4 times before she gave up. Or how about, Mike, you remember a dwarf by the name of Rummy Bright Eyes?
Mm-hmm, I do.
And you remember what the boss had you do to him?
He had me cut his left hand off. And then you had me lock him in a cellar overnight. In all fairness, you said this was intended to just be a punishment. I told you that his wrist wouldn't scab over. The wound was too large for the blood to coagulate properly. I was right. He bled out. You didn't seem to mind, though, boss.
What was that for again?
Rummy accidentally let go of a hostage during a hold-up.
Similar to what I did tonight, huh?
Very similar, Dirge.
All right, fellas. I get it. We seem to have a misunderstanding here, but I think I can clear things up. First of all, Dirge, I would never dream of killing you. Really, and that goes for the both of you. I know I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to work, but you guys know I always cut you both some slack. The past is the past with us. I know how reliable you both are, and hey, I've given you a lot, but yes, that doesn't mean that I've given you what you deserve, right? You guys have done a lot for me too, right? Maybe you can't tell how much I really appreciate all that you two do. Well, I promise I'm going to make things right, okay? Nobody knows this. Nobody knows what I'm about to tell you two, but I'm going to tell you two because I trust you. Because out of everyone I know, you two are my only real friends, okay?
Go on.
Okay, here it is. My family did not cut me off. Technically, I am still a lord. My father, that idiot, he still gives me allowance, hundreds of pounds of gold a month, way more than our gang ever made pulling jobs. I've been keeping it for myself, but I see now that I should share a little bit of that wealth with you. We could split it 3 ways, equal partners every month, and when my old man dies, I am head of the estate. I can make you both my knights, huh? You'll be legit. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Being a knight is basically like being a bandit with a crest. How's that sound? You two deserve it. Honestly, you've been my real family all these years. I'm going to make it right moving forward, I swear.
Thank you.
Sorry to tell you, Lord Swickle, but we've known that for a few decades now. I mean, the other guys haven't figured it out, but we're the only ones you keep around long enough. Golly, Mike basically became your accountant after you got bored with handling all the money.
Then what do you want? You're kicking me when I'm down? Is that it? Well, good. That's great. Squeeze me when I'm at my weakest. I've taught you well. You know that desperation comes next then. Anything you want, just name it. You apparently know my connections. You know what I can make happen. Please, money, land, titles, whatever you want. Hey, just hold on a minute. Stay back.
Well, like we said, you've been pretty decent to us for many years. We know that. But me and Mike, We haven't been decent to anyone but you in all that time. I've never seen you hurt a living thing. You could make the case that your hands are clean. We, on the other hand, have destroyed a lot of lives in a lot of ways on your behalf. More often than not, it was people that trusted you, admired you, were devoted to you. You had us cut them down on a whim. Standing there holding that little elfling tonight, I knew he'd be the same way in less than a month. You'd fill him with hope and fear, get bored, and go take a nap while we snuffed out the light.
So, what? You're tired of killing? Tired of banditry? Fine. Don't do it. Me too. I'll give all this up. I'll go back to being a rich freak wasting away in a palace full of food and wine, and you'll never see me again. I don't care. You're tired of killing, but you're still going to kill me? Isn't that sick to you? Isn't that a fallacy?
Not quite.
We killed before we met you, and will likely kill again. Seems like there's always knife work to be done in this world, for one reason or another, and that's fine with us. No, what bothers us is the frivolity of it all. We're tired of being used as well-fed errand boys for, in your words, a rich freak. We're tired of being the stick you use on the unfortunate lads that you pretend to offer a home. Mike, with his winning streak tonight, he bets that if you go back to your old life and never see us again, you'll just find some other way to pull the same scam. Some other pair of heavies, some other squad of expendable goons. We just can't stomach the thought. So sorry, boss. There's no way out of this one. We just think it has to be done. It's an act of, what'd you call it, Mike?
Ethical treachery.
Yeah, that was it.
Dirge hooked Swiggle Highborn by the armpit with one hand and tossed him over the edge of the cliff into a shimmering, bottomless chasm below. Mike watched and noted silently to himself that the act looked like someone throwing out a sack of garbage. No hate or malice, no twisted passion, just doing a thing that needed to be done.
All right. What now?
Well, the gang is camped out about 90 miles east of here.
Great. Let's make west.
This one was called Ethical Treachery, starring Evan Asher as Norris, Allie Spring as Cup, Kevin Weber as Warden, Johnson Nelson as Swickle Highborn, Cam Spencer as Dirge, and Matt Steele as Mike. Narrated by E.T. Townsend, who also served as editor and chief soundscape artist. Music and audio engineering by Evan Asher. Special thanks to Sarah Parr for bird and whistle foley. This tale and others like it can be found at boltedtome.weebly.com.